I was doing like jazz hands, like bow, like they go along with like our theme song.
Yeah.
Ba 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 da bow.
Then they kind of like.
Yeah, I didn't shake them.
Shake.
I meant to go shake. I was vocalizing it for the listeners out there who couldn't see me shake.
That was like a twitch. It was like.
I was like I've been electrocuted.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Good stuff.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the Bear Attack podcast, where we always keep things interesting. We are your hosts. I'm Tori Bear.
And I'm Josh Bear.
And I deeply apologize because last week we had no podcast and we just didn't talk about it. So
no, we told nobody.
You know, that's just the way I was brought up. There's an issue. We just suppress it deep down. Don't talk about it.
No.
Just keep it in a little box in your brain.
Wow.
Underneath the trauma.
There's a lot to unpack there.
No, it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine, guys. I'm fine. It's totally cool. Went to
fine.
counseling. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is episode 11.
Wow. Yeah.
We're past 10.
Yeah, we're past
Our
10.
10 anniversary.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say, the reason why we didn't have a podcast episode last week is because we literally had, I'm not kidding, we had zero time.
Yeah, life happened.
Yeah.
What happened? It was
I had a gig this past Sunday, and we had a rehearsal last Monday and Tuesday night. So we couldn't do it then.
right.
Wednesday night we had to go play for our worship team at our church. Thursday night you had Pilates. You have Pilates every Thursday night.
Yep.
And then I mean Friday's when the episode comes out. So
Yeah. It wasn't worth it by that point.
yeah, no. And I feel like we were doing something Friday too. Oh, I was away all weekend. Yeah, and then I was away all weekend. I had to leave from where I was. I was at a bachelor party weekend. I had to leave at 6:30 Sunday morning to get back to our church to play guitar for our Spanish service.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did that, and then we came back, and then later that night I had my gig.
Yeah, that started at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
They sounded so good, though. If you want to check them out, his band, one of his bands, so the band that played this past weekend is called Fare Thee Well.
Yes.
And
I believe the Instagram is called Fare Thee Well Band. I'm gonna quickly double check, but
No, you're right. Fare Thee Well Band.
I am right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Fare Thee Well Band. It is comprised of Josh on bass. Shout out Naomi Thompson on drums. Shout out Jake Linetti on vocals. And shout out...
And guitar.
And guitar, yes. Yeah. And shout out Christina Linetti on powerhouse vocals.
Yeah.
And
powerhouse vocals. Yeah, that's good.
They're amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Their music is awesome. It is available on Spotify and Spotify. I'm sorry. I'm used to saying on the podcast,
I know.
The
Spotify,
podcast,
Apple,
YouTube. So I was wanting more platforms, but they are available on Spotify.
Yeah, we have a couple videos I think on YouTube as well
Cool.
from different live gigs that we've done.
I filmed them.
Yes, my beautiful wife Tori filmed them. Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, she filmed all of the songs this past weekend.
I did.
Which was unbelievably nice of her. Because it's so nice to go back and listen and be like, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. I would have done this. Or listen back and be like, oh, wow, that was really good. I want to do that again. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like when I played basketball in high school and college, we would watch film of the past games. That's literally what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I like doing it.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I know it helps you guys.
It is very nice. I mean, we all they were. I mean, you saw the group chats.
I know.
They ask about it. Yeah.
I'm so awesome. I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Okay, cool. So I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my outfit, and I just wanted to just give myself some kudos here for a minute. Because I did 2 loads of laundry this weekend, which has never, ever, 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 ever happened before. And it's usually like the same load every 3 weeks.
No, that's me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just feeling super cute today. And I like my outfit. I got my purple pants on.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my little high neck office shirt.
Polka dot, yeah.
Polka dots.
I love your outfit. So well coordinated.
Thank you.
Who got you those pants? Those pants are like super cool.
These pants are so cool. So trendy.
Yeah, super trendy.
I think just kidding.
Okay.
Josh got these pants and actually another pair of pants that I wear every week. I have 3 work pants, and that's what I go through every week because I work. I go in the office Tuesdays, Thursdays, and oh my gosh, Tuesday I skipped over Wednesday.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I couldn't remember the word. It was a long day today, you guys.
Oh.
I go to work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and so I have 3 work pants, one for each day of those, one for each of those days. And of course, I work remotely Mondays and Fridays. If you are watching on YouTube, you will see our lovely little cats, Eleanor, who is now gone.
Who is now gone.
She was chasing some reflections earlier.
She's a big reflection girl. I guess that's true for all cats. They love reflections.
I mean, Charlie was just laying in that sunbeam.
Charlie does love
I think
the sun.
she just kind of grew out of that phase.
Well, okay, so I'll say this. When you're not home and I'm at work, at like 4 o'clock, the way the sun comes in, it reflects off my watch like perfectly to where like the reflection, and they'll both be like, and I'll like move it around. They're both like,
yeah,
like kind of like jumping on each other, like trying to get it.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cute. I do that for a couple minutes. Great.
That is so fun. They're funny. They're just really funny. Is she in the camera? What is she doing?
She's so weird. I love it. I love having a cat that's
She's
so
a little
weird.
weirdo.
She is very weird. She'll like she'll follow us everywhere, first of all.
Yes.
So like if we were to, once we're done this and we put our stuff down, we go in the kitchen or whatever, she'll go and follow us in there, and there's the chair in there. She'll jump on the chair and just kind of sit there and just stare at us.
Yeah. There's times like at a certain time of night, like, I don't know, 9 o'clock or whatever, we'll just notice her. We'll just notice her standing in our like bedroom doorway, like not in the light part.
No, in the dark.
In the dark shadow.
Yeah.
We'll just see her like perched there. We call her our little lurker.
Yeah, 'cause she lurks.
She's a lurker.
She'll just like sit there and just like stare, like
yeah. Josh is staring,
like staring right at us.
Yeah.
Not
unmoved.
Yeah.
And then she kind of eventually breaks it and goes cuddles.
And then she comes and cuddles. Yeah.
With me.
With Tori. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I know you. Yeah. Did you mention this already? You wanted to vent a little bit about your work day.
I had a rough work day, you guys. And this is what it all boils down to. Okay. Actually, sorry, my water bottle's in the way. Okay. None of it was my fault. Let me just start off that way.
Yeah, good.
Because that's always a convincing argument.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like that's a big step to admit, because that can be hard to admit sometimes.
No, I know for a fact none of it is my fault.
Yeah.
And there's no question.
Yeah.
It's not like I've grown as a person. It's like literally never been my fault.
Right. Which is great.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, at work, people can really make you feel like, I'm saying, I know
that's true. Actually,
I've experienced this too. They can really make you feel like it's your fault.
That's true. In a corporate, I guess maybe probably in all work environments, I'm sure. I only have experience with like corporate type stuff.
Yeah, there's a certain type of clarity you got to have to be able to look past what people are making you feel and be able to be like, oh, no, it's not my fault.
Yeah, that's not my job.
Yeah. So I was just commending.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, it is. Maybe a year ago, I probably wouldn't have had the guts to say that.
Totally.
Let me kind of break things down here. I work in a big company. It's pretty big. And in the title insurance industry, I feel like I'm probably making this too complicated. Whatever. There's a certain team for the sales office I work for. And that's team, like, there's like multiples of me in different sales offices across. So I work in one township. There's a me in an office in like the Doylestown sales office. Does this make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever.
No, there's a person in your position at each of the offices. Basically.
Yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
And there's like multiple positions like that where every office kind of has one.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened this week is I am responsible for a certain amount of work on a file when I have it, and the team members are responsible for other parts of the file.
A file is
when a property it's a property. So when a property gets bought or sold, I guess, or both,
yeah.
It comes to me. I work on it for a long time, and then sometimes there's stuff that we have another department for, and that's things they work on. And so there's a couple departments like that. It can get kind of tough, and that's why communication is really important. And in our files, like in our electronic files, there's a spot for notes that everyone can see. So they can if they're searching for a certain piece of information before they would email about it, they would kind of search the notes first to see if they could find an answer there. So as to like limit emails for everyone.
Sure.
And so it makes it kind of tough because...
You're good.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a cat. I was like, I just elbowed my cat in the ribs. I did not. So there's on a perfect file, it kind of like on a property that has no complications from the past, whatever. Because whatever. I don't want to get too deep into this. It's like I get confused talking about it. I'm just going to try to keep it as vague as possible.
Yeah.
Just for everybody's sakes. So on a transaction, I am the first point of contact for our real estate agents and for their clients. So that's part of my job is I do that, and I do other stuff as well, like other paperwork stuff. Sometimes there's stuff on a property that comes up that requires an additional level of research, and that is not something I'm trained to do. But we have another department for that. And they're trained to do that, so I can trust that they're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was with a certain property that is closing tomorrow, and closing means that the buyers of the property officially own the property.
Mm-hmm.
They also can call it going to settlement.
Yeah. It's where they sign the stuff.
Yes, they sign the stuff.
Nailed
No,
it.
that's true. That's exactly right. They sign everything.
Yeah.
The ownership is officially transferred.
Yeah.
So for this one property we're working on, it's closing tomorrow. I thought everything was going smooth. All my stuff was all good. And then I get this like urgent email today that I'm copied on, and a couple other people are copied on, like, we might not have this very important document needed for closing. What can we do? And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know about this. And it's coming from the other department that had to do an additional level of research. And they're just telling us now, the day before closing, that, things can't happen, maybe, possibly. And we need manager approval and people to see how we can get to closing, because here's the thing, you're dealing with people, and now people might not have a house to move into tomorrow, and they might be homeless because of that. They might not have family in the area. They might not be able to afford a hotel, and it's like, how are you going to tell someone that that's going to happen to them possibly?
Right.
Luckily, okay, so it all worked out. But that email came in at around like 11:30 a.m. today, and there was really nothing I could do. I was just kind of in the loop with everything. It was really up to like every manager in the company, not really, every manager in my region got involved. Wow. Because it was like, it's a big deal when something like this comes up.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's a big deal.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? So, anyway, the whole point of the story is that we were trying to track the progress. We've known about this issue for maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
We knew what they were working on.
Sure.
And, like, we knew this was something that had to be worked on. And we were just,
waiting for them to work to get it
they
done.
were working on it. Yeah. And this is an internal department. It's not like an outsourced third party company.
Yeah.
It's like they have the same email that I do.
Yeah.
It's we work together a lot. There's a lot of collaboration. We're the same company.
Sure.
So it should have been communicated like a week before.
Yeah, what the heck?
That we were having trouble, so we could have come up with a solution maybe quicker.
Right.
And like had backup plans and could let all the parties know about everything.
Right.
And then, or maybe they could have, I don't know, just done something different. So, excuse me, I have to burp. Okay. False alarm. I had a big old pizza before this that my wonderful husband made for me. I was so hungry. So, he had it ready for me when I came home because he's the absolute best. I love him so much.
I love you too.
I love you.
It was very easy to make. It was just a frozen pizza.
It was
put
a
in the oven.
personal pizza. But it's a big deal because I walked in and I smelled it and it was like instant like serotonin was like released.
Good. I'm glad.
It smelled so good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So, and then I was looking in our electronic file today, looking at that general notes section that I was talking about earlier, and I couldn't see like any progress. Like for me, when I'm in a file, my name is all over that file. I say when I spoke to someone, I like note what we talk about. I talk about what I have requested from other people, what I have in the file, what I still need for the file. If it's a week before settlement and I don't have something that could prevent settlement, I let my team know about it.
Yeah.
It's like, because then there's another team who doesn't get this electronic file assigned to them until about 2 to 3 days before settlement.
Wow.
And they're the people who sit at the table with you and sign all the documents. So they're the face for a lot of problems that they don't cause, but they have to answer for.
That's rough.
It's a rough job, and I'm happy I don't have that job. But, because I work with them, I try, and I've seen how emotional stuff gets. I try my hardest to make sure they're in the loop as much as possible for things that I can control.
Yeah.
All this to say, please keep your teammates up to date about stuff, in the loop, and make all the notes you can to cover your butt. So that's all I gotta say.
That's pretty crazy that they had so long to do it, and then suddenly the day before they're like, oh, no, we didn't do it.
And it was rough. It's hard. It's hard because what you're dealing with is you're sending requests to other people. It's not like you're going through an electronic system. They were dealing with having to wait for a response from a person.
Gotcha.
So that's hard, but I don't know. There was different avenues they could have taken, is what we call it. So they could have gone to that person. They could have tried it this way. They could have tried it that way. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And with something of this caliber, my coworker was like, they should have had their manager involved, like maybe from the start.
Yeah.
Because no matter how long you've been in this industry, there's stuff you're always going to need. There's like some like really crazy stuff that you'll never have seen before. You might never see again, that you'll always need your manager there. You'll always need certain manager approval. And there's no shame in that. Like because you have to think about, what if this doesn't go to plan and they're going to say, why didn't you come to me about this? We could have figured something out.
Yeah.
And you're just dealing with stress and panic and not being able to sleep at night, which has happened to me. So, yeah, you just learn from experience. But everything ended up working out. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it was stressful. Not for me. I was fine because I knew it wasn't my fault. But,
I mean, it's still stressful, though. Like, it's still stressful to have to, like, know that that's on your radar and know, like, oh, man, like, these people, like, tomorrow's settlement, like.
But I don't have to talk to them about it.
I know.
And I was saying, I was like, okay, so where I kind of got a little angry is when all of a sudden they're emailing me asking if there's something I could do, and there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And they're making it seem like
Yeah.
saying no because there's literally nothing I can do is my fault somehow. That's where I get a little like, okay, no, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Deal with this, please.
It's ridiculous, dude.
They say, oh, can you try doing it this way? And I'm like, no, I need all this information. And that's the reason we already don't have what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was a huge vent. And I appreciate anyone who is still listening.
Yeah, no. I mean, you just
Rants
got home.
over.
Yeah. I mean, you just got home, so
I just got home. And I truly wasn't stressed out. Like, truly. I was not stressed out because I knew that this isn't something my manager will come to me in 2 to 3 days and ask me about. Like, and if she does, all she has to do is look in the file and know I did everything I was supposed to do.
Right.
And that I had no knowledge of this until the day before settlement. And it's not my job to follow up on something like this. Like, that's not my job. So she would back me 100%, and I know that. And
Good.
so
Good.
I was not stressed about it.
Good. No, I'm glad. I'm really glad.
Yeah. Oh, that felt good.
Good. I'm glad you feel a little better.
Really good. Thank you, everyone.
I
feel better.
Nice.
Don't underestimate a good ranting session.
It's very nice.
That's one of the best parts of marriage. Is we could like come to each other and be like, I need to rant about something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we just say, you're right, honey, that person does suck. And you rock. And you did a great, perfect A+ job.
Yeah. It's very validating.
It's so validating.
Yeah. That's such a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my day was
oh yeah, Josh has a story that he wouldn't tell me about.
Yeah.
Before the podcast.
It's so dumb.
I want to hear about it.
I mean, it's not dumb to me, but like I'm sure to anybody listening, it's gonna be dumb.
I'm here to validate you.
Thank you. So today I was very slow at work. So typically on slow days, I don't.
Okay, can I clarify something?
Yeah.
He wasn't slow, like he was doing his work slowly. It's just that
there just wasn't much to do.
There wasn't much. It was a slow day at work in that he didn't have a lot to do.
Yeah. Now, last week I had a ton to do.
Yeah,
so
it was a bad week.
Yeah, I worked a lot of hours. So if my bosses are listening to this, they can just look at my time card. They know.
He works very hard.
Yeah. No, but anyway, it was a slow day at work, so like I had like a meeting in the morning and I had a couple other things to do, and then I was done by like 11.
That's amazing.
And I was like, okay, well, and I have been wanting. Okay, so I dabble with golf a little bit, and I'm not very good, but I love it. I love playing golf. And so over the last couple weeks, I've been wanting to. Okay, so there's one of the clubs that people use when they play golf is called the driver. It's like the big club. It's like the one you hit the farthest. Has like a really fat head. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's
the first club you use when you start a game of golf.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the club you use when you're in the tee box is what they call it. Yeah.
Hit it really hard and really far.
Exactly.
I know stuff.
So I got this club probably a year and a half ago. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. It's a really good club.
Oh, I remember.
We were together. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah, we went and we got it. That was fun. And I just have not been able to figure it out. Like so one issue that a lot of golfers who are just starting out have is when they use their driver, they slice the ball. So like they'll hit it and it'll like boom, like like go away from them. You know what I mean?
Right. So people listening to you can't see your hand. So what happens is you hit. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I'll explain it. No, it's okay. So so if you're so if you're like facing where you want to hit the ball, and then you turn to your right. So like if you're a righty, when you hit, slicing means that you hit it and it'll curve in the opposite direction of you. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So
it's kind of like a baseball curveball.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. But like a curveball, like if you're throwing a curveball, it like curves
towards the person.
Well, no, not really. I mean, it depends on the batter. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that was a bad example on my part. Yeah, you're right. Just stick with what Josh said.
The whole point, what I'm trying to say is a lot of beginner golfers, when they do their drives, they don't hit it straight at all. Like not even close. Right. Is what I'm saying. And it's like a problem, and you got to figure it out. You got to get a feel for it. Anyway, I've been playing golf for a couple years, so like, when I do slice the ball, meaning when it goes like way right, I know sort of how to change my swing to make sure that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Good.
But with this club, I could not figure it out to save my life, and it was so upsetting because it's such a nice club and. Yeah. Anyway, so I just stopped using it, and I just would use something else. It wasn't a driver. It's called a hybrid. It's basically like, it's not quite a driver, but it's not quite like a mid-range club either. It's kind of like in the middle. That's why it's called a hybrid.
Nice.
So I would use that, and I was actually doing pretty well with it. Anyway, all this to say, recently I've been like, man, like I really feel like I could step my game up if I have a driver. Because I would use like my brother would go out playing golf, or like a friend of mine would, play golf, and I would sometimes use their driver, and I'd be hitting it so well. And I was like, it made me miss having a driver.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so one thing that I found out about my driver, or at least I thought so at the time, was the shaft of the driver. There are 4 levels, I should say, of shaft like flexibility. So there's senior, regular, stiff, and extra stiff. I thought mine was a senior, which means it's the most flexible. So you like wing, and it's like
so you don't really need. It's for people who don't swing hard or can't swing hard. Like they call it senior because typically that group is for like 65 and older. Yeah,
because people who do swing hard, the club bends too much. You know what I mean? Which causes the ball to slice like crazy. So this is what I'm trying to say. I thought it was a senior shaft because my ball was slicing so bad. So anyway, for weeks I've been like, okay, I need to go to a golf store and I need to get my club reshafted, which is basically replace the senior shaft with a less flexible shaft because I swing pretty hard. So I went today because I didn't have much to do. Nice. So I went to the golf store, which was like, it's a good like 25, 30 minutes away. And I'm excited, I walk in. And I have been told by friends of mine who have gotten their drivers reshafted that it's anywhere between like $50 and $100. So I was kind of prepared, okay, that's, cool. And so I walk in and I go to the back where that's where they do the stuff, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, oh yeah, like, this, I want to get the senior shaft replaced with a stiff one. And he's like looking at it. He's like, this is a stiff shaft.
Oh my gosh.
Which is like, so if you remember, it was senior, regular, stiff, and extra stiff. Mine was like the second least flexible. Oh. And I was like, oh no.
That means you need.
Well, I was thinking like, I guess that means I need an extra stiff. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, well, what do you got an extra stiff? Yeah. And he pulls one out, and he was like, oh yeah, like this is the only one that we have right now. I was like, or that would fit your club. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, like how much? He's like, well, altogether it'd be $170. And I was just like, okay. And I grabbed my club and I left.
Oh, so you didn't get it done?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So, but now that I had the knowledge of like, oh, it's a stiff shaft, I was like, I have to be able to figure this out. 'Cause like, it's not a senior, like if it was a senior shaft, it'd be like, okay, well, like I'm just kind of like putting myself behind the 8 ball already.
Yeah.
But since it's a stiff one, I'm like, maybe there's something wrong. Like maybe I'm not swinging correctly or something.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm thinking to myself, I need to go like try to hit some golf balls with this and try to figure this out. So I come back home, I grab my golf bag, and I go to the range right down the road from our place, like 10 minutes down the road. And I get there, and I do some practice swings with all my other clubs. I'm just kind of like chilling, you know what I mean? Getting warmed up. And then I pull out the driver, and I'm like, I hit probably like 10 balls, and they all slice. they all do that thing. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was getting so angry.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
You just broke it?
No.
Okay.
I was getting so angry, and I just put a ball on the tee, and I just swung as hard as I can without thinking.
Yeah.
And I hit it perfectly straight.
Woo!
And I was like, what did I just do? How did I do that? I was like, how?
Anger. You must fuel your anger.
Well, I was trying to think like the swing felt different.
Oh,
because I was swinging as hard as I possibly could.
That sounds like a strain on every joint in your body.
Well, so
if you did that long term.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, I probably had like 20 to 25 balls left when that happened. And I was thinking like, okay, I need to try to like replicate that. So one thing that I know is that, I mean, there are a few ways that you can kind of like correct your slice. But one way is that if your hips don't turn before your hands come down, it can cause the ball to slice, because like your hands will come down and then your hips will turn, and it kind of like inches your club.
Yeah. Kind of just
facing that way.
Redirects where the ball is going to go.
Yeah, exactly. So it can like mess up the club face. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Where the club face meets the ball.
Yeah.
It can make it and then slice it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, okay, maybe it's my hips. So I kind of do a couple practice swings without hitting a ball, and I think I got it. I'm like, oh, I think I got it. So I go up to the ball and I crush it straight.
Nice.
Like crushed it. For those who like know golf, I hit it 280 yards in the air, which is like, it's really, really good.
That's really good.
And I proceed to do it probably for the next 6 or 7 balls.
Babe,
same thing.
That's amazing.
And I was like, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yay!
I think I figured it out. I took a video of it. I'll have to show you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. And after that, there were a couple duds. I was just getting so tired.
Yeah.
Because I was really swinging. I was like really trying to swing hard.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I hit a couple duds here and there. But I wasn't slicing.
Nice.
And I was like, this is amazing.
You know what you know what the diagnosis is?
What?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I would say you found out your hips were lying.
Oh, they were lying.
And now your hips don't lie.
Yes.
Your hips don't lie no more.
In golf, your hips do not lie.
That's what Shakira's song is about.
It's about golf.
It's about golf. She found out she was slicing. Oh my gosh. That's so embarrassing.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Slicing.
Okay. Yeah. So what is splicing? That sounds better. I'm going to say that. She found out her
Okay.
She found out she was slicing. And she was like, I got to figure out how to make my hips not lie. And did it. And that's what her whole song is about.
Genius.
They should just play that before every Masters.
Good call.
I know. I will run the Masters this year.
That song is. I think that's the right song.
Yeah.
That song is mixed so poorly.
It really is.
Do you remember we were talking about this?
I don't think it was me. You were talking about it too.
Oh, I could have swore I was talking to you about it.
Mm.
It was like they took all of the other parts that aren't her vocals and they just turned them all the way down.
Yeah. Oh wait, this sounds familiar.
And it's just like she doesn't sing for the first probably like 20 or 30 seconds of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the chorus or something where she's not singing.
Oh yeah, I forget. It's been a while since I've heard that song.
Yeah. And then like she starts singing and it's like
yeah, it's really loud.
Like hits you in the face. You're like, holy crap, like and it's like it dominates everything else. Like I can barely hear the other stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked it up one time and everyone it's a thing.
That's a thing.
And I was so happy, it made me feel so validated. Yeah. But
Good.
all this to say, on my last shot, I had one ball left and I was like, I'm just gonna wind up and just I hit it. I'm not okay, so there are yard markers on
the golf green, whatever. Yeah, like on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my headphones just like stopped working. But there we go.
That's better for you. You can keep talking. I'll just fix mine independently. Okay, go for it. Yeah. Check. There, that's good.
It's fun. I keep going in and out.
Me too. All right, I'm just gonna stay perfectly still.
Yeah, same. Don't move.
Don't move.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the converter thing or what, but like something needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I destroyed the ball. I just like it was perfectly straight. I absolutely destroyed it.
Just a perfect drive.
Yeah, it was true. It was it had to be my best drive.
Yay! That is so exciting. This has been driving crazy for a long time.
Oh my gosh, yes, it has. And so there are yard markers. There's like a 100-yard marker. There was a 150-yard marker there. They had a 200-yard marker, and then they had a 300-yard marker.
Way.
Which is like it's kind of uphill, like the way. So you're hitting it and you kind of go uphill. Mm-hmm. And the 300-yard mark is like just before the top of the hill. This ball landed at the top of the hill.
Oh my gosh.
So probably like 305.
That is so exciting.
I destroyed it.
Did anyone else notice?
I don't know. There were a lot of people there, but I mean they're hitting their balls too. So it's like I don't know, maybe somebody knows.
I would have pumped you up.
Yeah.
Be like, see this
It's
guy?
funny, I was like I was there and I was thinking like, oh, I wish Tori could be here.
Oh, I wish I would have seen that. Okay, we'll go back. Because remember that time we went to the driving
You loved
range?
it.
I had so much fun.
Yeah. This one's cool. I like this one. I know.
Don't move.
Yeah. No, I think I like this one more than the other one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, we'll go back.
There are also batting cages there.
Okay, I've never done a batting cage.
Yeah.
And I just know I'll be terrible at it. Because I've never done a batting cage.
They have different pitch speeds. You know what I mean?
Is there like a lob setting?
There should. I mean, yeah.
Really?
I mean, most batting cages have that.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Is it so? There's like a chance I would actually hit a ball.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's like the slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming there because like that. A lot. Basically, all batting cages have that. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes me more excited for it.
Yeah. This place was kind of cool. It's got mini golf. Yeah.
That's
got the
summer
range, of course.
activity for us.
I know.
Yes.
I know. And then it has the batting cages. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. So. Anyway. Yeah. So that was something that happened to me today. It was something I was really happy about, and man, like you said, Tori, I was something I've been thinking about for a while.
That is awesome.
And so like to have that feeling of like oh man, like I've been working on it for a while, and then like it finally clicked today, and I was just like, just felt really, really relieved. Yeah.
That is so great.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry I talked a lot about that for a while.
No, that's okay. I mean, I think we each took 20 minutes.
Yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And that's okay.
And don't you like when you come home from a hard day's work like that, do you want to think about what you're going to make for dinner?
Absolutely not.
No, you just want to come home and you just want to know what you're going to eat. You just want to pull it out from your fridge and just have it, a couple things you have to heat up.
Amen.
And just Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, freaking gobble.
You said it, girl.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Our next topic is when we went into married life, #married life. I just didn't. Okay, let me clarify. I've never lived by myself before. I, lived with my parents until I was 23. For college, I commuted to school. I never had to really worry about like preparing a week of food, either mentally or like physically meal prepping. I know how to cook, and my mom taught me how to cook and, all that stuff. But I just didn't like think about when you get married. And Josh has lived independently.
Yeah. From
his parents. He had like roommates in college and stuff.
Right.
But, they had to plan for themselves mostly. So, but I don't know. So that's something I never thought about, like entering into marriage. I was never like, oh, I'm going to have to figure out what to feed us.
Right.
And like for the next 5 days. So, it's hard. And it's hard because, oh, thank you. It's hard because like, and this is a common problem, I know. I've like read threads about this where people are like, people don't prepare you that when you live on your own, you actually have to like, okay, it's not that they don't prepare you. It's just something you don't think about.
No, definitely not.
Is that something you experienced when you went to college? And then like, did you like feel similarly?
For sure.
And then, you also, I really forgot, you also lived by yourself.
Yes.
For a while.
Yeah.
Post college too.
Right. Yeah, I did.
Sorry about that. I totally forgot to mention that before.
Oh.
So,
no, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so going into college, did you like?
Was
that like a moment for you?
Like meal planning?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do you remember?
I think up until that point, not that my family didn't like cook for us, because they did. For I would say probably like 2 or 3 nights out of the week.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I made my own meals. And I would always, and I think this happened to you too. Maybe not though. I had packed my lunch since I was like 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So not to be sad, but when my dad died, my mom was by herself.
Yeah.
So she was just like, she just taught us how to do it.
Yeah. No, that's
easy on her. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, yeah, from the time I was like 10 or 11 is when I just would like pack my lunches all the time.
Yeah.
So maybe that kind of like carried over. I don't know. But because I don't remember thinking about it too much.
That's interesting.
And then like all throughout high school, I just packed, and I'd pack a lunch, and then if I had like practice or a game, I had to pack dinner as well. So it's just like, I guess it was just something I was always doing. You were used
to like thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Meal wise, because if you didn't, you knew you would like feel horrible.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess that really wasn't something, but I know I'm in the minority there. It was just because of my situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for me, we got married and, we had our honeymoon and it was amazing. And then we came home the day before Thanksgiving and we were like the worst day to food shop. And that was our first food shopping trip as a married couple.
That Wednesday.
Like a legit for our household. Because we went food shopping on our honeymoon. But it's like for like peanut butter, like little snacks and stuff to get us through like breakfast and lunch and whatever.
Yeah.
But like we came back from our honeymoon. It's the day before Thanksgiving. People, of course, are like flooding the supermarkets for last minute turkeys and cranberry sauce and we need this seasoning. Oh, we need to get this tray. Yeah. Oh, we need this. We need that. We need this. Oh, this person's coming to Thanksgiving. Like, so we were in the middle of like a crowded Acme, like just shopping for essentials and like. I just really knew how to make like rice and beans, and I knew when chicken was cooked and like I don't know, I just never thought about like I knew how to make things individually.
Sure.
I just didn't know like I just wasn't used to having to put like a whole meal together.
Yep.
And like how to make it interesting each time so you don't get bored of it or whatever.
Sure.
And that's my misconception for our household, was that I would need to make like a different meal every night so we would never get bored. But I've learned, and like we don't need that. Like we just need like a solid like 4 or 5 meals to rotate through, and that will get us through the next 2 weeks.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And then anything else, we just go to Wawa.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with that life.
I know. Yeah. No, we really have like found like our sort of like 4 to 5 meals, and we've been rotating them pretty consistently for the last.
And it's the same stuff. It's not like we use different spices on them, or like we'd use this, or whatever.
And they're so good.
And they're good, and they're satisfying, and they make our lives really easy.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to motivate myself to cook. I know. Okay, that sounds really bad. I like to cook. I really do, actually.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this to my brother the other day, Donnie. Shout out.
Shout out,
Donnie and Megan. And we were just like, how did our mom do it? Because she would get up at like, I don't know, way before us in like middle school and high school.
Yeah.
She would like start meal prepping dinner for that day,
like early in the morning.
Like she would be like frying onions and like
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then she would pack it all up, and then whatever, and then we would have it. Then she would come home from work at like 5:30, and then she would just kind of whip it together, and it was ready, and it was amazing and delicious. And we're like, how did she do this? Like, how do you find the energy to do something like that, like every day? Like that's the expectation I held for myself. And I think, wow, I'm kind of processing this as we're talking. This is nice. And I think that's something, and she's told me this too. It's something you work up to. Like, she was not a morning person before kids. She had my oldest brother at 25, which is my current age. And then she had me and my brother in her 30s. And it's like, and she openly admits she wasn't a morning person before kids, but with us, she had to be a morning person, because, we're up. Like, I guess all moms kind of relate to this. Your kids are up. I know I see it with my niece and nephew.
Sure.
They can be up as early as like 5 a.m. and you're just up with them, and you find the energy, and you make them food, and you make yourself, so I guess that's just something you work up to, and eventually you get to the point where you just have been doing it for the past decade. Yeah. So it's easy at that point, or it's more, you're just used to it.
Sure.
So, and then you just find ways to incorporate meal planning into that. So that's interesting. I guess I just held myself to that standard for a while. Like, I need to wake up at 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m. and start dinner and do my devotions and get myself ready for the day all in a couple hours when I'm barely coherent. But that's not the case. So that was a good little therapy session for me, actually. I feel really good right now. Wow. This is a great podcast.
It's been great so far.
Tori's therapy.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad.
Processing through unrealistic expectations for myself.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about, sorry, I feel like I'm talking so much.
That's okay. No, keep going.
What are some of our staple meals?
Yeah.
Because Josh cooks too.
Yeah.
So he knows.
Yes, I do know. One of them, which it's probably my favorite, I love it so much, is we do turkey tacos. So we get ground turkey meat.
What kind of turkey meat?
Dark
turkey meat.
Dark ground turkey meat.
Muy importante.
94% lean. So 94.6.
So
we used to get 99, which is fine.
It was like,
it's healthy.
Ground cardboard.
Yeah.
It was too dry.
We needed the juice.
Yeah, give me that fat.
Yeah. What's that song? The song by
Lizzo.
Lizzo, yeah.
All about that juice.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
we
many
need some
good
juice.
titles we could pull from this
Totally.
podcast.
I know, yeah.
All about that juice.
Mm-hmm.
We might get sued for that, so we won't.
Yeah, we won't do it. We can sing it ourselves, though.
No, I don't think we can.
Yeah, we can.
Really?
So I've seen YouTubers be like, oh, I don't want to get a copyright strike. And they'll play whatever they were going to play.
Yeah.
And they'll sing over it.
They're
They're like, juice. And it's like funny. It's supposed to be funny.
Okay.
But like the point is that they don't get copyright.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Is that funny?
That is funny. I like
Yeah.
that in person, like that. You know.
Yeah. Nailed it.
What's the word? I like that. What is
I'm
that
the
word?
wrong person
You're
to
the
ask.
wrong person. I like that presentation.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Example, I don't know.
Example? Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, good. Whew.
That was going to weigh on Tori all night.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was. No, yeah. So, okay. What are our condiments for turkey tacos? What are you looking at on your phone?
There's this watch that is being auctioned, or it's like auctioned, I don't know, on eBay.
Yeah.
And I've been like watching it for the last few days.
You've been watching?
Yeah, I've been watching it. And I was just kind of curious to see where it was going to go at. It looks like it's that's not a lot of money. Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, it just finished up. I think it was like I don't know what I'm saying. $120. But it's a nice watch.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. I was just watching it. I just wanted to see where it would go off at.
Wait, baby, do you get my joke? You were watching it.
All right, and that's the end of the episode.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No, that was funny. That was good.
No,
that was
good.
good.
He's only saying that because he's in love with me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I thought it was funny.
Which I will accept 100%. No, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what did we serve with our dark meat?
Oh,
turkey
okay. So yeah,
tacos?
so it's got a little juice in there. Oh, it's so good, dude. We used to use our own taco seasoning, which was basically just like, oh gosh, what's that spice?
Oh, cumin.
Well, yeah, cumin, and then like the other one that everybody
There's
has.
cumin, garlic powder, onion powder,
Chili
salt.
powder. That's the one.
Oh, chili powder was a main
half of it was
ingredient.
chili powder,
Yeah. Yeah. So we would whip that up, but we just stuck to buying the packets.
Yeah, we did that for a while, but I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about like those taco seasoning
And
packets.
it's just easier.
It's much easier, yeah. So we just get the taco seasoning packets, that you can get anywhere. Throw it in there. Oh, dude, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Good for me. Get a gluten-free tortilla. And then we always mix it with like tomato, avocado. Tori will put some cheese on it. And sometimes, if we're feeling good, something called paleo mayonnaise. We got this cookbook. Wow, this was a long time ago. Oh my gosh, over a year ago, when we were trying to do paleo.
Yeah.
It was what was it called? The book was called Nom Nom Paleo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got a couple good recipes from there, but the best one that we got was something called paleo mayonnaise.
And it's basically a dressing. Because when I think of mayonnaise, I grew up not really liking men. Men are disgusting.
It sounded like
kidding.
you said manna.
Manna.
Yeah.
That's so funny. No, I'm just kidding about the men are disgusting thing. Okay, just
Thank
wanted
you.
to, for the record.
Yeah, thank you.
That was sarcastic. Okay.
Yes.
That whole thing. So.
About the like when you think of mayonnaise.
When I think of mayonnaise, I kind of get grossed out, and it's not like that. It's basically a dressing. Yeah,
we don't treat it like you would treat it. And it doesn't have the same consistency as mayonnaise.
And it has so much more flavor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the consistency is like dressing.
It's like a dressing.
Yeah, like a Caesar dressing or something, or ranch.
Yeah, so we'll throw that on our tacos, makes it nice and creamy.
Yeah.
And then we put this hot sauce. Oh my gosh. I would literally, if I found out that this company was going out of business, I would give up my life so that they could stay alive.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah. The actual like hot sauce company, I think it's called Captain Moat's.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
they
New England based.
Yeah. Maine, I believe, to be specific.
Yeah.
And they have a hot sauce called Canso. It's spelled CANCEAUX.
Good.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like French or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good. Even I like it.
It's the best hot sauce I've
I
ever
just use
had.
a little bit of it though. Josh absolutely dumps it on. Yeah.
Dude, because it's so good.
Yeah, it's like sweet and sour. Or not sweet and spicy.
Sweet and spicy.
Not sour, sweet and spicy.
Yeah. Man, it's good. It's got a good kick too. Yeah. Oh man, I love it so much. It's so
he
good.
really does. Anytime we run out, he orders like 12 more.
Yeah, because we have to order it online because it's from Maine.
Yeah.
So we always just get a pack of 5. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what we have during the week. Maybe we'll throw some lettuce on there too if we have some.
Not really.
Yeah, not all.
We literally never have lettuce.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There have been times where we've had it. Yeah, it's just tough because like we just don't use it.
We don't make salads.
Well,
no,
we don't.
We like pre-bagged salads.
Yeah,
that are you don't have to worry about spoiling a whole head of lettuce to make.
We've been doing that pre-bagged lettuce or a salad.
Good. It's good. It's the way to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one meal. We'll do the pre-bagged salads for like lunches or something like that.
With some chicken, some rice for a carb.
It's so good.
Right filling.
Yeah. So anyway, do you want to talk about another meal that we have?
Well, of course, rice and beans.
Of course, yeah.
It's like the best meal ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, rice, beans, avocado, tomato, hot sauce.
Dude.
It goes with everything. Some chicken.
Yeah. So good.
It's so comforting to me and to you. It's so good.
Yeah. And for me, I've been trying
caramelized onions. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Super good.
With the rice and beans, yeah.
Yeah, right, with the rice and beans. I've been trying to lose some weight over the last long time. And so, one thing that I've been doing that's been very helpful is counting my calories. Mm-hmm. So that's like such a good low calorie meal that's filling. Like that's a meal.
So filling.
Yeah. Like you could have a very good serving, like a good amount. And it's probably only 400 calories.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then like I have one plate. It's a big plate, of rice, beans, chicken, avocado, tomato, Canso, of course. And I feel nice and full.
Yeah.
It's great. So for those out there who are counting the calories.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's
a good meal. And the other meal we really love, it's called, I got it from online. It's but it's easy. It's called a sheet pan dinner. And it's basically all these veggies on a sheet pan and you roast them. We eat them with rice, and I just season them with like olive oil and salt and garlic powder.
Yep.
Or just garlic salt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like red onions and red peppers and broccoli and potatoes and sometimes I'll put a can of black beans on there, like I'll rinse black beans, and I'll throw it on the sheet pan as well, and it gets like it's really good. It's good texture, I think.
Yeah. We put paleo mayonnaise on that.
We put the I'm gonna call it a dressing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we put the paleo dressing on there as well. Yeah. And it is so good.
Oh my gosh.
I look forward to it for lunch the next day.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
it's just a lot of good flavor, and you feel really healthy eating it.
Yep, that's another one that's very low calorie, which is great.
So low calorie, but so filling.
Yeah, even the tacos are low calorie, except for the actual tortillas. Like, I think one tortilla is like 180 calories, and like I like to eat like 2 or 3 tacos.
Right.
So like you can start pushing like 800, 900 calories. Yeah, which is like when you're trying to lose weight, that's a lot. But like for like anybody who's just trying to maintain, that's totally fine.
Yeah, definitely.
So
are there any other meals? What else do we have in our house?
Yeah,
we like to keep cereal around.
You make a pretty darn good salmon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you make a pretty darn good bowl of cereal. And I was gonna be like, oh, thanks, honey.
Nice.
Salmon. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a recipe. It's like salmon has always been kind of intimidating to me, but I found this like oven roasted salmon recipe where you just like put salmon and cover it in olive oil and salt and pepper, whatever, and you put it in like an aluminum pocket so it like steams in there in the oven, and it comes out really flaky and really moist and like so good. And then you drizzle it. This is why it's so good. You drizzle it with a garlic butter salt.
Dude, so good.
Garlic butter sauce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sauce. Yeah.
Again, eat that with some rice, some frozen veggies that
Amazing.
are cooked. Some broccoli. Oh,
that's a great meal.
That's a great meal.
Again, another, well, except for the garlic butter sauce. But
That's
I mean,
what
other
makes
than
it so good.
yeah, no, I know. But even with that, it's, I keep saying this, it's just like, these are such good meals, and I'm just trying to like point out also, they're also low calorie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't like intentionally mean for them to be that way. It's just kind of what we like.
Yeah.
And they just happen to be low calorie, I feel like.
And they're all like pretty like healthy. You know what I mean? Relatively healthy.
Have we talked about your gluten thing on here?
I don't think so. I can just kind of quickly mention.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten tested for like celiac or anything like that, but I have noticed that if I have gluten, I feel like garbage. So
yeah. So we just naturally just stay away from like pastas.
Yeah.
And we like sourdough bread. Sourdough bread, is it good? Is it okay?
I haven't experienced, from what I remember, any bad.
Yeah, they say sourdough bread can be better for people who are gluten sensitive.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh has been doing really well with that one. So, we'll have that every once in a while with like a soup or something.
Sure.
And but yeah, we just kind of naturally stay away from like those heavy, like not that I don't love pasta. We also have mac and cheese in our pantry on the regular for like those lunches where you just don't want to make anything too complicated.
Yeah, there's gluten free. Well, it's all gone now, but there's gluten free mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That I eat.
Yeah. So all that to say,
I was gonna say you make that shrimp stir fry, which we don't have very often because shrimp is so expensive.
Shrimp is expensive, so I have that. We have that like once a month, maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I like that one.
You make a really good stir fry. It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've never like made stir fry before, but you find the right recipe and you never let it go.
Never let it go. Yeah. I think that's like 5 meals, I think.
Dude, and like that lasts us like 2 weeks.
For sure. Oh, more than that most times.
Most times we can get like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Especially and then
with
of
the rice
course
and beans.
We go to like rice and beans. Yeah, because we moik that. We make that multiple times.
Yeah.
Because it's so quick and easy.
It's so easy.
So
and you can make so much.
You make so much.
It's amazing.
Dude, one time we made homemade chicken wings. Ooh, they were so good.
Yeah. Those we crushed that. It was for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We got like wings from the supermarket.
Yeah.
And we baked them, but we like followed a recipe on how to like make them crispy and stuff without frying them. We made our own buffalo sauce. Well, Josh Josh did that whole thing pretty much. And then we just brought like honey barbecue sauce for the ones I liked, and it was so good.
Although, did you try that buffalo sauce? Oh, you didn't?
No, because it's spicy.
It was so good.
Did I try it? I might have tried it.
With the blue cheese that we got. Oh,
yeah, that was pretty good.
That was really good.
I don't know. Nothing we make like. I'm currently looking at it. I have a spreadsheet for meals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just currently looking at it, and I just can't see anything that we could be missing. I mean, we have Wawa all the time.
Yeah, we get these meals, and then we have leftovers. It probably covers us for like, I would say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then if we can't go shopping every 2 weeks for whatever reason, you know, there's those few days that we go.
Or sometimes we have all the ingredients to make dinner, but we're just too like tired to actually put it together.
Sure.
It might be a night where like we did worship, and it's just like we went from work to like getting ready for church.
Yeah.
To, you know, and then we just didn't have time. So
that's a great point. Oh, we also get a few frozen pizzas. Yeah.
Oh, frozen pizzas.
That's
frozen pizzas are a must.
Like we had tonight.
That's our usual podcast dinner because it's so quick and so good.
It is very good. It's very good.
Oof.
Yeah. I've found a couple of gluten-free ones, and they're so good.
Mm-hmm. You like
one
them.
has cauliflower
like a cauliflower crust.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the word for crust.
That's okay.
Yay.
It's time to end.
Yeah. I think it's time.
That's our cue. That's our cue.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening and for watching.
Yeah.
And we hope you found this relatable. And for all you people who are planning meals for the first time on your own, you got this.
Yes.
Just stick to a couple meals, and if you get tired of them, then add more. But if you find out you're not getting tired of them, just keep on chugging along.
Ride it out.
Ride it out, baby. Ride it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of our podcast. Check us out on Bear Tech YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Yeah.
Subscribe and follow us on all those platforms. We would love for it if you guys left us a review. Follow me on Instagram at The Bear Necessities.
Yes.
And follow Josh's watch account. What the heck? At
Yes.
Top Shelf Vintage Watches.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I sell watches on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about that next week.
That's a next week topic for sure. All right. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. We'll see you.